The mini PC is out and the Pi 3B is back. We got this guy ready to go. And in fact, it's not just one guy ready to go, it's all this stuff so that I can build 10 of them just for you. One of these could be yours. Welcome to week 9 devlog. We're gonna keep this quick and focused. And check this out. We have a new assistant in town and he can see files on your file system, and your runs are now saved into this folder, which I'll show you in 1 second. How does it all work? Let's get into it. First, let's take a look at that run folder for the command that I just ran. It is successful. You have the exit code, the timestamp, and there are no outputs, but you have the standard out and standard error as text files. So this is going to allow you to inspect things as deeply as you would like. This called one other thing. Maybe it needs to have a list of calls here to show the other outputs, but anyway, it's a start to that visibility. Back to our assistants. Well, first of all, let's look at the file store, which is now completely filled out. We have the list method and the save method in the contract. Now, if we look at the provider, the local files provider is using Python for this, and it's quite straightforward. The list command basically just gets all of the files in the directory and sets it as an output. To see this in action, we'll run hex run home, which is my instance of the local files object or provider, and we're going to say list, and it's going to be mad because we don't have a path. So I'm going to list the path equals dot in my home area, and it says found 50 files, and it's set an output. So let's open up this output thing. So as you can see, we have standard out where we just printed that message. We have the run metadata, and importantly, we have the outputs.json where we set this names key to be equal to every single one of those things. This is thanks to one of 2 new SDK methods, set output. That's exactly what this does. You get a Python variable and you set the output that ends up in that output.json. And the important thing here is that this can be used by a calling process. Right now, I'm just a user calling this directly, but the big update is that objects can call other objects, items can call other items, and that really just opens the whole field for this to become hierarchically. You can dive as deep as you want to figure everything out. So let's go see that. So here it is, hex.run. This is in the Fred assistant. So he's an FS assistant. What's an FS assistant? It's another assistant. It has chat, start, stop status, and the only difference is that the chat method gets the model name, the prompt, and the file store. That is the special part, is that this contains a file store. And basically you get the name of that file store, and then you run it. You run on that file store name, which is the name of an item, and it points, in our case for Fred, to this, and then it goes ahead and invokes the list command. So this list command is invoked by our assistant Fred right here, as if he's a human. So this allows us to put all of the complexity of saving and listing the file system, which is not that complex, but imagine this for containers, for Kubernetes, for all sorts of things. Hide it behind an item and let this guy use that item. And then he just says, get the names output, and then just say that you see the files, and that's it. Okay, final demo, just as proof that 2 things are running, not just one. We're going to clear out Hex. We're going to register the file store app. We're going to register the assistant app. And now if we do hex ls, we have all these different things, all these assistants and file stores. The big one is the home one is going to be used by Fred. So if we run, well, first of all, if you look in the .hex folder, there's no runs as far as I'm aware. Yep, no runs. And then we're going to run hex run chat on Fred. So Fred ran, his run is here. And if we go into .hex/runs, there are 2 runs there because Fred himself invoked home.list. So this is the one that I ran, and then this is the one that was ran on my behalf by Fred. So you can see how this could easily fan out and become extremely complicated. With a few keystrokes, you could do a whole lot. So hoping this is like a pretty solid engine, pretty solid like operating system for transparent computing where you can inspect everything down to the lowest level in a user-friendly way. If you liked this video, subscribe on YouTube or go to tryhexbox.com to get your HexBox.